The shocking moment that destroyed Tom Lehman's reputation wasn't just bad etiquette. It changed the Ryder Cup forever. But the real story isn't about one mistake. It's about a man whose character was forged in the crucible of failure, tested on golf's biggest stage, and ultimately defined by how he responded when everything went wrong. To understand what happened at Brookline in 1999, you need to know who Tom Lehman really was. Born in Austin, Minnesota in 1959, Lehman's path to golf stardom was anything but smooth. After turning professional in 1982, following a stellar college career where he was a three-time All-American, Lehman faced the harsh reality of professional golf. From 1983 to 1985, he competed on the PGA Tour but achieved little success. He lost his tour card for 3 consecutive years. This wasn't just a professional setback. It was a complete career crisis that forced him into what he called a nomadic existence, playing in golf's minor leagues and foreign tours across Asia and South Africa. During these dark years, Lehman struggled with his confidence. He was grinding it out on the Ben Hogan Tour, now known as the Korn Ferry Tour, trying to rebuild his career from scratch. The pressure was immense. Every tournament mattered. Every shot could determine whether he'd get another chance at the big leagues. It was during this period that Lehman's character was truly tested. At a tour school event in the late 1980s or early 1990s, something happened that would define who he was as a person. While tapping in a putt, his ball moved slightly. Nobody saw it except Lehman himself. He could have easily ignored it and continued playing. Instead, he called a one-stroke penalty on himself. That single stroke of honesty cost him his PGA Tour card. He missed qualifying by exactly 1 shot. Most people would have been devastated. Lehman later reflected that this moment allowed him to look himself in the mirror and feel good about it, even though it hurt. This seemingly detrimental decision led to what he called a transformative year on the Hogan Tour, where he learned to believe in himself. The sacrifice paid off. In 1991, Lehman's unwavering dedication culminated in a significant breakthrough. He topped the Ben Hogan Tour's money list and was awarded Player of the Year. This achievement was instrumental in allowing him to regain his PGA Tour card for the following season. These early struggles weren't just professional hurdles, they were profound character-building experiences. Lehman developed what he called a pit bull mentality and a deep understanding of perseverance. His upbringing in Minnesota also shaped his playing style. Youth sports there are frequently affected by winters that aren't ready to quit. Lehman developed a gritty approach, hitting it low, hitting it hard, and making it hook. By the early 1990s, Lehman's resilience began to yield significant results. His big breakthrough came in 1993 at the Masters, where he finished joint third. His first PGA Tour victory followed in 1994 at the Memorial Tournament. But the crowning achievement came in 1996 when he won the Open Championship, his only major title. The 1996 season was remarkable for Lehman. He also won the Tour Championship, topped the PGA Tour money list, and was recognized with the PGA Tour Player of the Year award. His stellar performance culminated in him briefly reaching the world #1, first ranking in April 1997, holding the top spot for 1 week. By 1999, Lehman had established himself as one of golf's most respected figures. He was known not just for his playing ability, but for his professionalism and integrity. His strong Christian faith was well known, and he was often referred to as a man of God. This reputation made what happened at Brookline all the more shocking. The 1999 Ryder Cup at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts, was one of the most intensely charged events in golf history. Going into Sunday's singles matches, the U.S. team faced a daunting 10-6 deficit against Europe. U.S. captain Ben Crenshaw famously declared he had a good feeling about the team, setting the stage for an improbable comeback. The atmosphere was incredibly intense and hostile, with American fans often raucously heckling and abusing European players. The Americans responded by winning the first 6 singles matches, igniting what became known as the Miracle Comeback. The most significant controversy occurred on the 17th green during the singles match between Justin Leonard and Josemaria Olazabal. Leonard sank a 45-footer for birdie that effectively clinched the U.S. victory. Immediately after Leonard's putt dropped, The American team, including players, caddies, and even wives, rushed onto the green to celebrate prematurely before Olazabal had a chance to attempt his own putt to potentially tie the hole. Tom Lehman was a prominent figure among those who rushed the green. He had already contributed significantly to the U.S. comeback by defeating Lee Westwood in the opening singles match, making his presence on the 17th green particularly visible. This act was widely condemned as a clear breach of golf etiquette and sportsmanship. Olazabal was forced to wait several minutes for the green to clear before he could attempt his own 22-foot putt. He subsequently missed, giving Leonard a one-up lead with one hole to play, which guaranteed the U.S. the half-point needed to win the Ryder Cup. The incident provoked immediate and strong disapproval from the European camp. Sam Torrance, then an assistant captain for the European team, publicly lambasted Lehman on Sky Sports, stating that Tom Lehman calls himself a man of God, but his behavior that day had been disgusting. Other European players echoed this sentiment. Miguel Angel Jimenez commented that they wanted to win at all costs, and that cost was their dignity. Initially, Lehman defended his actions, stating it was over-exuberance. No question about it, but he wasn't going to apologize for being excited. He also expressed a wish for a mulligan, saying it would have been nice to let Justin celebrate that putt on his own. However, the intense public criticism, particularly Torrance's man of God comment, deeply affected Lehman. He admitted it ate at him and that he felt it was uncalled for. A month after the event, in a telephone conversation, Lehman personally apologized to Sam Torrance from the bottom of his heart. He later reflected that Brookline was both his greatest stage and deepest regret, acknowledging it as a moment where he crumbled in celebration and stood tall in apology. 7 years after the Brookline controversy, Tom Lehman took on a new role in the Ryder Cup, leading the U.S. team as captain for the 2006 event at the K Club in Ireland. His appointment was met with some surprise and was dogged by controversy, largely due to his prominent involvement in the 1999 incident. The 2006 Ryder Cup resulted in a significant and decisive victory for the European team over the U.S., with a final score of 18.5 to 9.5. The U.S. team was described as the least impressive American team ever on paper. Despite the individual talent, the team struggled to convert opportunities. Lehman noted that while 13 matches went to the 18th hole, the U.S. did not win the 18th hole in even one match. Lehman's captaincy faced criticism from various quarters. Some detractors argued his professional playing record was insufficiently experienced to captain the U.S. Ryder Cup team. Notably, Tiger Woods publicly expressed his disappointment that Marco Mira wasn't chosen as captain, suggesting that internal politics influenced the selection process. Following his Ryder Cup experiences, both triumphant and controversial, Lehman successfully transitioned to the PGA Tour Champions. He achieved significant success on the senior circuit, accumulating 12 victories, including multiple major championships, such as the Senior PGA Championship. He was also recognized as the Champions Tour Player of the Year multiple times. Tom Lehman's character is frequently highlighted by his strong faith. The pointed criticism during the 1999 Ryder Cup directly linked his controversial actions to his stated religious identity. His unwavering commitment to integrity, exemplified by the self-imposed penalty stroke early in his career that cost him his PGA Tour card, underscores his deep-seated moral compass. Lehman has spoken profoundly about gratitude as his driving motivation and expressed deep thankfulness for forgiveness, linking it directly to his Christian faith and the feeling of a weight of guilt leaving his life. This personal reflection provides a deeper understanding of his public apologies and willingness to confront past mistakes. Tom Lehman's career is a compelling narrative of resilience, marked by his ability to overcome early professional setbacks and ascend to the pinnacle of the sport. His central involvement in the 1999 Ryder Cup controversy became a defining instance of vulnerability and the rawness of being human on the world stage. Ultimately, Tom Lehman's legacy is defined by his unwavering competitive spirit, his significant achievements across multiple tours, and his willingness to confront and reflect upon the challenging moments that shaped his public persona. That shocking moment at Brookline didn't destroy Tom Lehman's reputation. It revealed his humanity, and in the end, it was his response to that moment that truly defined his character. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of golf's most controversial moments, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more untold stories from the world of golf.